Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Terre Haute City Council. It is 6 p.m. on Thursday, December 14th, 2017. As accustomed to all of our regular meetings of the City Council, we start off with a moment of silence and pledge allegiance. Tonight is going to be led by some special guests, Boy Scout Troop 38, Mount Pleasant Church. So if you guys would like to lead us, we appreciate it.
Will you please join me in a moment of silence? Now join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Roll call, Michelle, please.
Councilwoman Aller. Present. Councilman Azar. Councilwoman Crossan. Present. Councilman DeBon. Here. Councilman Elliott.
Here.
Councilman Garrison. Here. Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Nasser.
Present.
Councilman Nation. 7 are present, 2 are absent.
Okay. If this is your first time at our City Council meeting, our regular meetings, we allow comments on non-agenda items. Our agenda is up at this first pew up here. So if you want to come up and see what is on our agenda, we allow public comments. Tonight we're going to start off with Shelley Klingerman from Launch Terre Haute.
Hi, thank you for allowing me to share an update about Launch Terre Haute with you. You have copies of a presentation. Today we hosted our second annual Launch Update Breakfast. We had about 80 people in attendance, and we also hosted a keynote speaker. His name is John McDonald. He's the CEO of Clear Object. It's been named one of the fastest growing companies in Indiana. And he was here talking about IoT, which is Internet of Things, and talking about the transformation that emerging technology is going to have on our daily lives and in our community and us as citizens. So we've got really good feedback from that. We look to do more of that, bringing in these speakers who are experts in their field to share with our community how these emerging trends might be able to be taken advantage of by your companies, and adding maybe segments of business that you can go after or expanding services. So in front of you, you have the presentation that we presented. I know that some of the council members have been to Launch, some have not. It's open invitation for anyone who wants to come. But what we are is we're a co-work space. We started out as a co-work space. We exist to really attract talent out from under the university umbrellas, get them in a collaborative space that really facilitates and fosters innovation, collaboration, and regional economic development. There's been other terms used, like it's an initiative, it's a strategy. It's all of those things. We are in our own right a startup, and we are figuring out what this community needs and how we can facilitate. You also have a brief history of how we came about, why we are in existence, again, to really bring people together, to keep an energy level high for them to really walk one another through a startup. And those startups can really have a lot of economic impact, if you will. We visited the Speakeasy, which is a co-work space in Indianapolis. Totally understand Indianapolis and Terre Haute are two different communities, two different beasts, if you will. But since 2012, when they opened, they have launched 300 companies, which represent 2,000 organic jobs. So if we had a fraction of that, that would be success for us. The goal of Launch is really to promote Terre Haute as an entrepreneurial ecosystem hub, and working with the region, developing the region. Our objectives are to retain talent, create a startup-friendly community to foster those new startups and that new growth, and enhance our community self-image and build a culture around that. Our strategy, you can read some of the ways that we go about doing that. I really want to talk about our successes. So we can point to about 12 jobs that have been created out of Launch already. At first, we were kind of pigeonholed into tech, and it is not that at all. The food truck started out of launch. The wellness box that just moved into our downtown that occupies now a building that was empty, incubated and launched for a year to prove a concept, validate a business plan, get a community behind them so that they had a following when they moved out into that brick and mortar, and they had confidence that their business plan had some legs to it. We also have a company that's working out of there that's been funded by a private investor out of Minnesota, so it's out-of-state money being infused into this community, and it's about the tune of $6 million that they have as a runway. We are really working to get them to scale that up here. As many of the employees as they can scale here, they will, but they will be growing nationwide as well. We also have Rethink that started out of there, and if many of you have followed them, they are making a huge impact on this community. So looking ahead, we're looking at, again, expanding our regional footprint, further our university engagement, so maybe we can address the brain drain and some of the talent loss, focus on emerging markets like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, big data, business intelligence, and coding, expand our services to our members so that we are more valuable for them, facilitate economic and community development in any way that we can. We're really looking to put a capital component into this ecosystem so that we don't spend all our time and energy fostering and incubating companies, and then they have to leave because we don't have the capital to support them. Often they will leave to go to where their investors are. And we are also looking to collaborate with Crane, Westgate, and the Purdue Foundry. So I'm happy to answer any questions. I appreciate, again, the opportunity to let you know what we have going on. And again, you're welcome to come and talk with us and visit with our members at any time.
Councilman Morris.
Who was, getting back to successes, you had somebody who was contributing the figure 6 million startup. Which one was this?
That's Deep Insight. It's an artificial intelligence company.
Deep Insight. Okay, thank you. So I know at one time Rose Coleman had an incubator type thing for new businesses or anything. Is that, I don't even know if it's still.
Their model has changed now. We work closely with Ventures. They were present today,
Right.
but their model has changed. So now they're more engineering for hire.
Okay.
So we would send maybe someone who needs a prototype, and they send references to us as well.
I see. Okay, thank you. I yield. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Shelley, I just had a couple questions. What can the city or the council do to help add more success stories for Launch Terre Haute?
To be frank, we need funding because we need to bring on resources so that we can help our member community and we can be doing that outreach. So funding is always helpful, telling our story, knowing what we have, when you have guests visiting the community, bring them to Launch. Let Launch sell itself. It does every time someone walks in the door.
And you might have said this, I apologize if I missed it. Where is it located?
It is located at 6th and Cherry. It's in the Deming Building.
Okay,
Couldn't be closer to the university if we tried.
okay. Councilman DeBon.
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to quickly say, I've been to Launch a couple of times. It's been a while, but I suggest any of you who haven't been there. It's really a really great place. I really do hope this council can help you guys out in the future.
Thank you.
One of the biggest problems I see in this community is retaining talents, and you guys are doing a great job. So thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you.
I yield.
Thank you. Thanks, Shelley. Is there anyone else that'd like to speak on non-agenda items this evening? Okay. Corrections to the journal? Oh, I'm sorry, Don. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Donald Hyde, and I'm really glad that in high school in my senior year, I took impromptu speaking and studied it for a year and made it all the way to the state finals, helping us win a state championship. You can check into it if you don't believe me. The reason I say that is I came here to give an end-of-the-year speech that would have been more of a lecture. Now, of course, with the audience we have, I'm going to have to watch myself. So I'll have to keep the language clear and easy. But it doesn't change the overall message. 2017's over. When you guys gavel your hammer down, this year, as far as the city council is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, looking at everybody's chart, both the county and the city, this year of government is over. What we have to ask ourselves is, what have we accomplished? 2017 began January 1, 2017. It will end tonight. Sitting there as council members, can you honestly say, other than passing a city budget, other than battling with the mayor, which I don't blame you, about the budget, what can you point to that you've accomplished that's different this year than last year or the year before that? Have there been any problems really solved, or have we, as I've said before, kicked the can down the road? Now, there's three major problems that face the taxpayers of this city and this county. They haven't changed any. You've decided to study on them, and that's one of the reasons I'm giving this talk. I saw you've got a study going, and you've picked 10 people from the community. I would not have picked those. I told one of the council members here, Mr. Elliott, that he should be one of those people, because in all the time I've been at this city council meeting, in the entire year of 2017, Mr. Elliott, whether I agree with him or not, had the most intelligence when it came to budgets. They weren't going to put anything over on him. He knew what he was talking about, and I like that, no matter what. And he's not on that committee. Here are the three problems. The jail is still not decided whether they're going to build it, where they're going to build it, or how big or small it's going to be. That is going to affect the city council as well as the county council. The school's now afraid that the jail will cost a lot of money, and decided they need to get West Vigo, south and north, either remodeled completely or build a new one. Or better than that, let's take north and south, squeeze them together, and make one big super school for the town. Been there, went to school where that happened. I don't want to, that's the last thing that should be done. And the other thing, of course, is the stormwater problems and meeting the state and national recommendations on that. And Mr. Elliott himself's finding out that when they claim that the budget's going to be at a certain level, it isn't. It's double what they said it was going to be. He's got a right to be angry. I would be too. I am, in fact. However, it doesn't change the fact that you haven't figured out what you're going to do about that. And all this, the Tribune Star is doing the worst. Well, they're doing better than they were doing in 2016. They're doing a little bit better in 17 about saying what it's going to cost us. But even they haven't got a clue what it's really going to cost us.
Mr. Hyde, I want to give you leeway, but if you could just...
I know,
finish your
I'm going
remarks.
to get to it. My point's this. We have to slow down, and we have to have more opening. In other words, we have to have meetings like we had in 1989. We had a big group of people who were going to come in here, and they were going to start a new company. It was going to produce 500 jobs, supposedly, and they were going to guarantee us 250 jobs at a paint manufacturing thing. And everything was going good. They rented, or somebody, the city or ISU got together and they took over Rose-Hulman so everybody could show up for this big debate. I attended it. It was one of the best demonstrations of democracy I ever saw. When it was all said and done, they decided they couldn't deal with we questioned them the right way. We found out what they were really going to do, and it was going to end up costing us money. Now, had they went through and built their plant, this stormwater problem, you could double or triple what it would cost us to clean it up. What we're already paying, because it would have been more. Now, as far as the schools are concerned, we're talking about the same amount of money. You know, they're throwing numbers around like $300 million, 20-year period of time that would tie up the city and county money for a while. And if everything was fine, nothing happened. and nothing unknown comes along in 20 years, I can't think of a 20-year period of time where there was never a tornado, there was never a flood, there was never something that affected our budget that we didn't see coming. All I'm saying is we need to have a meeting where we get the whole public of the county and the city together and have a discussion of what we need and what we don't need. And thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that'd like to speak on non-agenda items? Okay. Corrections to the journal,
There are none.
communications,
They're in your packets.
okay. Reports from governmental agencies.
At this point, in the December regular meeting, the council needs to vote for the January meetings. I have put suggestions down. The reorganization meeting, January 4th, 2018, at 5:45 p.m. The Sunshine meeting, January 4th, 2018, at 6 p.m. The regular meeting, January 11th, 2018, at 6 p.m. You will need a motion and a second to approve.
Councilman DeBon?
Mr. President, if there is no discussion, I guess I didn't give anybody time to really, I do make a motion that we approve these times for the reorganization meeting and the Sunshine and the regular meeting next month.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman DeBon, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve the meeting dates for 2018. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. As many of you know, there was a Human Relations Commission hired an executive director at the beginning of this month, Melissa Reed, who is in the audience. So congratulations. I would like to, we have a vacancy on the commission now where we need to fill the vacancy. I would like to ask the council to approve David Thompson to take that position effective at the January meeting. So I'd entertain a motion on that, please.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman
I
Crossen.
move that we appoint David Thompson as a member of the Human Relations Commission.
Second.
It's been
Mr.
moved-
President?
Yeah.
Just for clarification, I believe he will start now.
Okay, yes. The first meeting's in January, but yeah, he'll be effective once we approve this. It's been moved by Councilwoman Crossen, second by Councilman Morris, that we approve David Thompson for the Human Relations Commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Councilman
I've
Eller.
got some financial
Okay.
issues to
Okay.
discuss with Leslie. I'm going to pass these out real quick.
Thank you, Earl. Yes, sir.
Well, as Mr. Hyde pointed out, we've gotten to the end of the year, or getting to the end of the year meeting-wise, and I've got we've received the October financials, and there's just a couple funds that I kind of want to get some clarification as to what's happening, where they were at October 31st, and where they might be at December 31st, because I think some things are probably going to change. The first one is 625, the new waste and refuse account. The statement shows, this is page 1, $1,627,000 of revenue and $2,520,000
Right.
Of expense, and we're way over budget on the expenditures, and obviously well in excess of the revenue, and I was just kind of confused by that.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to speak to that. I appreciate that. The revenue line item, the user fees, those are the trash fees that we've collected so far through the end of June. We usually switch those over quarterly. Those are deposited into the sanitary district bank account, which is it comes in with the wastewater fees, and then we have to wait for a report from the, which we usually get the month after, from the, excuse me, from TPI, who does our billing, and then we have the report that shows, how much was trash fees, how much was user fees for wastewater, and then we will move those over usually 3 months at a time. So as of October, that's just the June revenue.
Okay, so there are some months where there is no revenue because we're waiting on information that you need to make that calculation.
That's part of it as well. It's kind of like the SAFER grants or a reimbursement grant. We'll pay out the employees in that grant. Then when we get the reimbursement, then we move the money over. So that will all be cleaned up at the end of the year.
Okay.
That is correct.
But then our disbursements are $320,000 over budget.
Right, and those will be moved to another fund. Those will not come out of the wastewater fund, or the waste and refuse
Where
fund.
will they come out of?
When we put the budget all together and see where we are, I think it will, I'll let you know as soon as we get the details on that. It will either probably come out of the edit fund, I would say, because if you look at the Board of Works, which is next, I noticed you had that page next. The services contractual. When we talked...
I thought that's what the $600,000 budgeted in the Board of Works was for.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But we're moving the services contractual money to the edit fund because of the 1782 notice. Remember, we had to reduce the general fund budget, and we moved a lot of the line items over to the edit fund. That's part of what we've moved over to the edit fund. So that's part of the cleanup work that will happen in December.
And that's not anything we have to approve? I mean, this 650 is sitting here.
Right. Let's see, which...
Budget
650, which fund, the waste and refuse?
in the Board of Works.
Yes, you approved the 650,000, yes.
Right.
And what we're doing, the DLGF reduced the budget, and they don't need council approval to do that. When they issue their budget 1782 notice,
But I thought that was all those actions we took back in November.
right, and then we reappropriate those funds over to the edit fund, so yes, you did approve that, correct.
Okay.
So,
I just want to jump in real quick.
it's quite
Earl.
confusing.
On the TPI, why do we have to wait a month on those reports?
It takes a while for them to compile it all. Once it's ready, then we get it. Yeah, it's just, processing.
Sorry, Earl, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so the disbursements in 625 will go down, and they'll go up probably in edit?
Yes,
Is that
yes,
what
yes.
you're saying?
Long story short, yes, that's exactly right.
And then since this was through October, we have 2 more months to pay.
Right. We will have, let's see, in November, in the November statements, when you receive those, we have July, August, and September that were moved over into the Waste and Refuse Fund.
No, I'm talking about payments for the trash fee.
Oh, yeah, all of the payments have been made for the year.
Okay, so,
And they all came out of there, but some of them will be moved over to the edit fund. We'll just do a journal entry and correct the payment.
okay, but our payments then, what I'm trying to say is I project our payments to be a lot more than 2.7
Yes,
than if we got 2 more months to go. Okay.
yes, yes.
All right.
I see what you're saying, yes.
Then I think so that will, page 4 is a copy of the cash statement that shows the $846,000 deficit. So will that get straightened out?
Yes, that'll have a positive balance at the end of December. It may be only $10, $15, but we'll make sure there's a positive balance in
Okay.
there.
Page 5, engineering non-reverting.
Yes,
Their revenue, at least for the 10 months prior year versus this year's, down substantially.
right.
And expenditures are up, and we got a huge swing in, from a $228,000 surplus at October 31, 2016, to a $381,000 deficit at October 31, 2017. Is there what's the rational explanation for that
I believe
change?
the projects are down. I don't think that there was many projects. The non-reverting fund is paid through the inspector fees that the engineering department does. And I think that there's more projects. I know that there are more projects for 2018. And that is something that we will probably come to you for the 2018 budget and discuss a little bit. We may want to change some of the appropriations.
Okay, 'cause that cash balance has dropped.
Yes, it is. And we're watching it, but yep.
Okay. Page 6 is our departmental statement of budgetary expenses as with a number of my notations.
Yes,
And if I understand your footnote right, what you've told us, we've got this $5,000 revision that'll eventually be coming to reduce the budget amount and reduce the remaining amount.
right.
Okay? So when I allow for that, we're 81.4% expended,
Mm-hmm.
and 10/12 of a year is 83.3%. So we're 2% under
Right.
through 10
Right.
months. Is that a reasonable?
Yes, I think that's, yeah, that's
I mean,
reasonable.
that
And that's,
makes sense to
you
you?
said 5,000, you meant 5 million. I know you.
Okay. But we're about, I calculate about 84.3% expended on salaries and payroll benefits.
Right.
Okay, so are those all going to come in line in the last 2 months?
Yes.
We think?
Yes.
I mean, to give us all these transfers, you've tried to.
A lot of this is the
best
group health
project
stuff.
ahead.
Yeah, a lot of this is the group health fund and some of these appropriations that we have tonight, some of the transfers where we're moving money to make sure we have the money in the right line items.
Okay. Then the next page, 7, is probably the more significant page I was trying to get to, where it takes that first line, the 103117 totals come from the previous page, and then we've got the $5 million reduction in
Right.
the amount remaining coming in the total. We've got a budget reduction action we're taking this evening to finalize. And then if our November and December expenses were the same as the
October.
average of the first 10 months, then I calculate 327,000 left over,
Okay.
okay? And I was thinking, well, if the Board of Works has to pick up some of that trash fee, we might have a oops here.
We might have a little bit.
But now you're telling me Edit's going to pick
Right.
that up.
Yes.
So that's not a concern.
Yeah, it will come out in the positive.
Okay. I can stop right there then. That, at least on those 3 signs,
Okay.
that clears me up very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you?
Yeah. Leslie, going back to the expenses on page 5, I noticed the original budget on sanitary district and what we've collected year-to-date is substantially lower. We've only done less than $2,000 for the sanitary district. I know Chuck's not here, or I don't see him, but do you know why that's such a drastic amount of reduction in revenue that we received in the sanitary district for non-reverting?
We have moved the sanitary district into the wastewater treatment. It's all under the same heading right now. So that's probably something left over that we received that was titled sanitary district, but it's actually wastewater work that we're doing.
Okay.
So, but as far as projects, I'm sorry, you'd have to talk to Chuck about the projects, yeah.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, before we get started on old business, normally we wait to do this at the very end, but I wanted, since we have such a full crowd tonight, to, we have Michelle Edwards does a lot for us on the council, and we want to give her her Christmas present now instead of waiting to the very end. So we wanted to tell you, thank you for everything that you've done for us this year, Michelle.
You to go home?
Usually my new hire is in the row here. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
But I don't need to go home.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You got a busy night ahead of you. Old business, please.
Appropriation 24, 2017, $48,398.81 from police to overtime, number 412129.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
President Massler, members of council, John Plasky, Chief of Police. Sean spoke on this at the Sunshine meeting. I'll answer any questions you may have about it.
Is there anyone from the council that would like to speak on appropriation 24, 2017? Council?
Mr. President?
Councilman Morris?
No further questions. I move that we approve appropriation 24, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Morris, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve appropriation 24, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 25, 2017, $1,456.28 from police to repair supplies number 423015.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
President Nasser, members of council, John Flassy. Again, Sean spoke on this at the Sunshine meeting. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 25, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
there's no further questions. I move that we approve appropriation 25, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve appropriation 25, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 26, 2017, $282,737.68 from Sanitary District General Number 0298 to Sanitary District Bond Fund Number 033000000391,042.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'm Leslie Ellis, the city controller. Appropriation 26 is to close out the dormant fund, the cash is remaining in the Sanitary District General Fund, and move that to the Sanitary Bond Fund to pay the bonds.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 26, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilman Elliott?
there's no further discussion. I recommend approval of appropriation 26, 2017.
It's been moved by Councilman Elliott, second by Councilman DeBon, that we approve appropriation 26, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 27, 2017, $1,341,990.39 from wastewater utility number 0620 to Sanitary District Bond Fund number 033000000391,042.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President and council members, I'm the city controller, Leslie Ellis. Appropriation 27 is to transfer money from the wastewater utility fund into the Sanitary District Bond Fund.
Is there a petitioner, or excuse me, is there anyone from the audience that'd like to speak on appropriation 27, 2017? Council?
President Nasser,
Councilman Garrison?
I move to approve appropriation 27, 2017 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Crossan, that we approve appropriation 27, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 28, 2017, $1,343,418.84 from wastewater utility number 0620 to wastewater utility capital improvement fund number 0610-0000000391,042.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President and council members, I'm the city controller, Leslie Ellis. Appropriation 28 is to transfer funds from wastewater utility fund into the wastewater capital improvement fund.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 28, 2017? Council?
Mr. President?
Councilman Elliott?
Yeah, as I discussed last week, or commented last week, I had a lot of difficulty with this one, and I still have that difficulty today, and I want to try to connect some dots. We have a lot of stuff in here that's from 620, which is the wastewater utility operating fund. That's the fund that pays the pilot to the general fund. It paid $1.5 million in June, and there's another $2.5 million to go in the budget that I think you're hoping to come out of Fund 620 and go to the general fund in December, if it hadn't already done it. That's also the fund that pays the administrative fee to the general fund. It was sitting at $670,000 through October 31. And there's another $479,000 to go to get that one up to budget in the last 2 months. We've already approved transfer from this fund to the sanitary bond fund of $1,348,000. You know, if you add those up, that's $4,321,000 that is going to come out of that fund. We have, and now we've got, we're asked for $1,343,000 to capital improvement fund in addition to that. Well, if we put that one in there, that puts those totals up to nearly $5.7 million, and it's only got an $11 million balance at the end of October. Now, this fund had a $4,300,000 deficit at December 31, 2015, when this council came on. And that got reduced by $3 million from proceeds from the ban, the loan from the county. So we're already made a $3 billion dent in that, and I guess I don't have a problem with waiting a little longer to clean this up. As I've mentioned in the past, my concern is we start repaying that county ban, and the $140,000 monthly payment to that we've been making to the debt service reserve fund ends in December. So we've got $140,000 a month that's freed up in the Fund 620 to make that payment. We also, if you recall, passed a sanitary fee increase to pay for the debt service for long-term control plan phase 2. 5% or so, 5 or 6% of that kicks in here early this year, and that I think is going to generate another $100,000 plus a month of cash flow to the wastewater utility fund. And it's just my my feeling that we ought to get that locked in, some sort of agreement to make those bond repayments or loan repayments to the county before we take any more money out of 620. I mean, we're just being asked to take a lot of that. There was also the approval at a sanitary board meeting a few weeks ago that I was at, where they retained UMBAW for some sort of consulting project, and that not exactly sure what that project's going to be. Didn't ask many questions, but it was it was approved. And my concern might be that consulting projects lead to requests for revenue increases. I'd just like to see us get locked in on a plan to repay the county before we take any more money out of 620. I yield.
Go ahead, Leslie.
We do have a plan to repay, and I believe the mayor spoke with you, but I'm not sure. I wasn't in that conversation. We're planning to pay back $150,000 just at the end of December to get started, and then we're going to escrow that amount that would go to that other debt service account that pays off in December, about $150,000 a month, and we'll make 2 payments a year to the county, one in June or July and one in December. So that's what we're going to do. And on the financial statements, when you see this, the sanitary district has the wastewater utility, the wastewater capital improvement fund, the sanitary bond fund, all the sanitary construction funds. So they're all under the enterprise fund. So what we're doing is actually cleaning up the books, as the State Board of Accounts guidelines and the DLGF would like us to remove the negative balances. But if we don't, we'll get a comment on the audit, and we'll just show we'll show the auditors that we brought something to you all to correct it.
Yeah, but we've cut it from $4.3 million to $1 million.
Yes, we have. But
Okay.
the requirement is that we have a positive balance.
Okay. Well, before they come audit us again, if we get it to zero, then that's a subsequent event. They can
write about.
That we get it
So
done.
that's
Okay.
the council's
But-
prerogative, and it'll be in the comments section.
But I understand the
It'll be on the council.
the repayment plan. The mayor did call me this afternoon and basically told me the
I
same
thought he
thing you
did.
just
I
said.
thought he was going to.
But we did connect, yeah.
Great.
And thinking about that since our conversation, well, for that close to having a plan, let's just get it in writing and get it.
Yeah, we're
approved,
just about finished with
And then bring
it.
this back,
Mhm.
and do this in January, February.
But the only reason we brought it to you now is because we need records at the end of the year with positive balances. And if it's defeated, it will be in the comments, who defeated it. So I just want you to know that will be in the audit.
It will what?
It will be in the audit on which members of the council defeated this, that we brought a solution to you and you defeated it.
Yeah, but why?
Because what do you mean, why? Because we have a negative balance.
Why would we defeat it?
I don't know. If you
He's
do not
saying
vote
if
for,
we did,
if you
it
do
would
not
red
vote for
flag
this,
the
and if you
GLGF.
defeat it, if you do not vote for this, and it has a negative balance, we will have a comment in the State Board of Accounts audit.
Well, I'm prepared to do that. The more important thing to me is start repaying the county.
That's fine. We'll
Okay.
do both.
Okay. So I'd rather have the paperwork documented, done.
That's fine. I
on
just
the
wanted you
county
aware what the
repayment
audit will
than do
say.
this. Huh?
I just wanted you aware of what the audit will say.
We've had overdrawn cash balance comments in those audits for every one I've
Right.
looked at.
This
Every
one-
one I've looked
yeah.
at for
That's
years.
fine, but it will
So one
mention-
more year doesn't bother me
But
too much.
Yeah, but the administration brought up a solution to you and you declined it. That will be stated.
Okay. The council brought in $3 million that enabled that to get reduced by $3 million.
True, we got the ban as well, and you all approved that. You absolutely approved that for us.
Okay, well, I mean,
Yes,
it
we
wouldn't
worked
have happened
together.
if a council member hadn't started the process. So,
Yep,
we know that.
okay.
And that's $3 million that went to another fund, too.
Yes, that's true.
That we've cleaned up, so, okay. I'm willing to play chicken with them.
Doesn't matter to me.
Councilman Garrison.
So Leslie, it sounds like you guys are working on a plan, $150,000 a month?
Yes,
For 12 months?
until it's paid off. Mhm.
Okay, so next year, 1.8 million is what you're planning on?
That's the
paying?
projection, yes.
Okay. What fund is that, how are we paying that? What fund is that coming out of?
Oh, that's the wastewater, that's from the sanitary district. Mhm. That's where the ban went to.
State Board of Accounts have any issues with using wastewater treatment money to repay
That is all under the
money?
same heading. It's all the same enterprise fund. That's what the ban was used to repay, was wastewater funds.
Well, it sounds like Councilman Elliott wants to see something in writing.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can
Absolutely.
go past this and come back to it and give you a chance to go? Can you go write something down?
That will come from the mayor, not me. I don't have the authority to do that.
I mean,
You mean for tonight?
yeah,
Okay.
to eliminate all the drama for the State Board of Accounts audit for next year.
Yeah, that's up to you if you want to do that at the end.
I mean, is that something you can do, call the mayor and
I will
get
talk to the
approval
mayor.
and
I will
come
sure
back
talk
and do
with the
that
mayor.
last?
Well, I will talk with the mayor.
Will the council be open to
If
that
you prefer
suggestion?
me.
Councilman Elliott.
Now, one other question, Leslie. Why do we need to save up $1.8 million and then make it every 6 months? Why don't we just send them $150,000 a month?
It's so much easier for cash flow, just like we did the bond payments. A ban is a bond anticipation note, so we're going to pay it just like a bond payment every 6 months.
Okay, but it costs us more interest.
Not much. 2.85% interest. It's a great rate.
It costs us more interest.
But we also need cash flow. We have a city to operate.
Huh?
We have a city to operate. We need cash flow.
So this $140,000.
It will be in the fund. Yeah, it'll be in the
That we've
fund.
been paying on the debt service reserve, now we need that money still? We need that money? for
No, that will be
cash
moved.
flow?
That'll be moved, but, no, that'll be moved to a separate fund. The 150,000.
But we still need it in
Right, it
our-
just adds more
We
to our-
still need it in our pooled bank account total?
It will maintain itself in the sanitary district account, which the SRF oversees. It is our bank account, but we can't pull money out of that for the pool, if that makes sense. So maybe I didn't state that right. That will be in, for wastewater use only.
Okay, say that one more time.
The money that pays the ban back will come from the user fees, which is in the sanitary district bond account, bank account. So that money will stay in the sanitary district bank account until we pay the county ban.
Okay,
So
but
it would be-
you're allowed to pool the majority of that.
Pardon?
I thought you were allowed to pool the majority of that, anything above $2 million or something.
No, the only thing that what we do currently, the operational expenses for wastewater, the monthly expenses, that include, the regular vendor payments and the payroll. I pay those up front out of our city pool, and then I'll reimburse our pool from the sanitary district into our pool. So we pay it up front, then we reimburse it. But you're thinking they require a minimum of $2 million? They do. But I can't pool other funds.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to come visit and learn what's poolable and what's
Okay.
not poolable, and what is poolable.
Yeah, we can go
what's
through
not
that.
poolable. So, I yield.
Councilwoman Crossen.
I guess I don't, thank you. I don't understand, Leslie, then, if it goes into a fund which it cannot be taken out of, why it affects cash flow?
Well, just in the sanitary district account, only for operating for the wastewater utility. That's all. Not for our regular city cash pool. They're separate bank accounts, so that, I understand why that's confusing. So, but we're going to pay it like we do regular bond payments because it's a bond anticipation note. We'll pay it twice a year.
I yield.
I want to go back to the escrow plan. We would be doing that, how often would we pay them with your plan?
The escrow plan, every month, we would move the money that we would normally take, I think it was about 135 plus 15, I think about $150,000 into this fund, this escrow fund, the band fund. We actually have a fund for the band. And just keep it there until June, and then make the payment, and then it will load up there until December, and then make the second payment.
And then,
We'll do that every year till January 1st, 2021.
Okay, and then you're saying that we, instead of paying the county each month.
We'll just pay it twice a year,
And the
semi-annually.
reason behind that is to help us with cash flow?
No, I mean, maybe, we probably really won't need that for the, I said cash flow, but that's probably a misspoken word for me, because it'd be cash flow only for the wastewater utility, if they needed money for something. But right now, their cash is very good, so they shouldn't need any money.
Okay, so I would think the county, just for good graces, would be grateful that we would be paying that back monthly. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I'm sure they would too. It's just extra work on my staff that is very short, just extra things that we have to do. It's just like a bond payment. We make it every 6 months. This is exactly like a bond. It's a bond anticipation note, so we're following the same guidelines.
Well, I guess where my frustration is during the beginning of this conversation, and maybe it wasn't a threat, but I took it as a threat, that the administration was going to put the blame on us with the State Board of Accounts, us not.
If we have a negative balance at the end of the
Right,
year.
okay.
Correct.
And then,
It's not putting the blame on anyone, it's just explaining what happened.
okay, all right, well, I appreciate that. And then the fact that it's going to be extra work to send out a check once a month to the county. I don't understand how much extra work that's going to be on the staff to
Well,
make a payment.
I'd be happy to talk with you. You come into my office, and I'd be happy to show you how short we are right now, and we can use any extra help we can get on anything.
Okay.
My
and
people are working weekends.
I understand that everybody in that staff is working hard, and I don't want my questions to state otherwise. But I am having a hard time understanding how much extra work would be to write a check to a vendor.
I understand. It's not as simple as it seems. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. I will mention that to the mayor if he chooses to do that. He manages the budget, he manages the cash flow. It's up to the mayor,
Okay.
not up to me.
Thank you. Councilman Garrison.
Okay, so back to my original thought. Michelle, could you help us? If we were to, how do we pass over this appropriation and come back and visit at the end to give Leslie time to talk to the mayor, come up with a draft, present it to the council?
You
How can we-
I'm sorry, you could make a motion yourself, and someone could second you, to move, to table discussion and voting on this until the end of the agenda,
Need to be a unanimous vote?
before new business. I would suggest before new business, and yes, it would need to be unanimous.
Okay. Leslie, is that something you can do?
Yes, I will definitely call him.
You're not really suspending the rules because you're only delaying the vote. You're not moving it on the agenda up You're just delayed. If you want to, you can make it in a motion to suspend the rules to table further discussion until before new business. You could phrase it that way if you'd like.
All right. President Nasser, I would like to make a motion to table further discussion on appropriation 28, 2017 until, the last agenda item for tonight,
Second.
Before new business.
before new business.
Second.
Discussion. Amy, Michelle, how's this work with, if we do get something from the administration, following it with the clerk, so it's public record? How does that all work?
I've got a lot of documentation I received tonight, so I file stamp it, and then I just scan it and put it on the website tomorrow.
Okay.
It would not be part of the ordinance.
Okay.
It would just be correspondence, but it would go on the website.
Okay.
And if anybody would want a copy tonight, I'd make a copy, but I'd be happy to make a copy, but I probably wouldn't have time to put it on the website tonight.
All right. Thank you. All right, it's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilman Morris, that we move this appropriation 28, 2017 to the end of old business. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 29, 2017, $25,000 from motor vehicle highway number 0201 to workers' comp number 435010.
Petitioner to speak on this, please.
Mr. President and council members, I'm City Controller Leslie Ellis. Appropriation 29 is for the Motor Vehicle Highway Fund, appropriating money into workers' compensation.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 29, 2017? Council? Councilman Elliott?
Leslie, this indicates to me we're self-insured to some extent for work.
Yes, partially self-insured. Mhm.
Can you provide a little more detail than that?
I think it would be a great idea to have our insurance agent come,
Okay.
and maybe in January. I'll check with Michelle and check with them on schedules, but I think that would be good for, maybe all of the council.
Kind of have an understanding.
Yes,
of what
to
our
explain what they
lives
do, how it works,
What risk we're paying.
what risk we have, what training they do, what resources they provide. Yes, we could do that.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you. Are you?
Anything else?
Mr. President, if there's no further questions, I move to approve appropriation 29, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Morris, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve appropriation 29, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 30, 2017, $40,700 from Clerk's Document Perpetuation Fund number 0236 to Services Contractual number 432010 for $35,000, and to purchase of computer equipment number 444030 for $5,700.
Petitioner, speak on this.
That would be me. Again, just a refresher from last week. Some of these funds are to pay for some what we call interns in the office. The majority of it was to help pay for the new electrical work and network cabling for our paperless project that we're starting this week. We'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Michelle. Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 30, 2017? Council?
President Nasser,
Councilman Garrison?
move to approve appropriation 30, 2017 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilman DeBon, that we approve appropriation 30, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Appropriation 31, 2017, $927.01 from Clerk Other Revenue, number 390010, to Clerk Publication and Legal Notices, number 434010.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
Mr. President, we spoke on this last week. We are reimbursed for our tax abatement publications. We discussed how the price of these publications have increased significantly because of the charts. I spoke with Mrs. Ellis, the city controller, and we need to amend this. The amendment is in the title. Instead of clerk other revenue, it should be general fund, because we're reimbursed by the petitioners or their attorneys. The money goes into general fund, and then I have to appropriate it down to the city clerk's line. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 31, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
there's no further questions. I move that we amend appropriation 31, 2017 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilwoman Crossen, that we amend appropriation 31, 2017 as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? It's amended.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
I move that we approve appropriation 31, 2017 as amended.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve appropriation 31, 2017 as amended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Special Ordinance 59, 2017, authorizing the issuance of taxable economic development revenue bonds, PERLEX project, and you have a proposed amendment before you.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
Good evening, Council. Steve Witt, Department of Redevelopment and Economic Development Corporation. Last week, we talked about rail improvements, proposed rail improvements for our new PERLEX USA manufacturing project in the Fort Harrison Business Park. This is a project we're all excited about. It's a $30 million project, 55 new jobs, averaging $19 an hour. We have the same representatives that we had here last week, with one addition, and that is Tom Redd, the CEO of PERLEX, who came all the way from Seattle, Washington, to be with us tonight. So I'll just let Tom share a few words.
President Nasser, members of the council, Tom Redd from PERLEX USA. I just want to give you a quick update on the project and let you know a little bit about the project and some of the things we're planning for the future. So I don't know if you've been up to Northeast Terre Haute, but the construction's going well. The building is almost complete. We will begin hiring workers in April. So we'll be doing a general call for recruiting at that point. We are also looking, with the increase in commodity prices recently, we're actually looking at increasing the size of the facility at some point in the future as well in Terre Haute. So if this project goes well and it starts up as anticipated, we're looking actually to potentially building a bigger plant here. So we're all very excited about that. The rail work that we're looking at is part of that overall expansion here, and I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, of course, we have our friend Lisa Lee from Ice Miller, who will chat with you a minute.
Thank you, Steve. President Nasser, members of the council, I'm Lisa Lee with Ice Miller, serving as bond counsel to the city on this project. Amended Special Ordinance Number 59 was presented at the Sunshine meeting, and the amendments to the original were discussed at that time. This is the ordinance authorizing the issuance of bonds for the rail project in an amount not to exceed $1.7 million. The only thing to add from the Sunshine meeting is that earlier today, the city's Economic Development Commission did hold a public hearing on the project, and there were no objections, and they did make a recommendation to the council to adopt the ordinance. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 59, 2017? Council?
President Nasser,
Councilman Garrison?
I move to amend Special Ordinance 59, 2017 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we amend Special Ordinance 59, 2017 as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
President Nasser,
Councilman Garrison?
I move to approve Special Ordinance 59, 2017 as amended.
Second.
I'd like to have a discussion on this real quick. Tom, I appreciate you coming back to visit us and give us an update. I've been up on the north end, and I see quite a bit of shovels on the ground and bulldozers moving stuff around. And I know earlier on we had a public comment about, you know, some of the stuff that we did in 2017, and I think the council can all agree that this is one of our success stories, bringing 55 new jobs to Terre Haute. So I do thank you and appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve Special Ordinance 59, 2017 as amended. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Council.
Thank you. Next order of business, please.
Special Ordinance 62, 2017, amending Appropriation 10, 2016, as amended, the 2017 City of Terre Haute budget. You have a proposed amendment before you.
Petitioner to speak on this, please.
Mr. President and members of the council, I'm Leslie Ellis, the City Controller. This is the budget reduction. We usually bring you one at the end of the year. And we have an amendment that I discussed last week to, a lot of paper, to amend under the Information Technology Department, the group health. On the original, I believe it was $12,300 for the reduction. We'd like to amend that to $7,065. And under the legal department, group health, it was, let me find it, $7,000 for the reduction, and we'd like to amend that to $1,200, which would change our total, or our overall total, which is on your sheet, to $425,068 total reduction for the general fund.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Special Ordinance 62, 2017? Council?
Yeah, I've got one question.
Councilman
Or
Elliott.
Maybe more. Leslie, I talked earlier at the start of the meeting about the contractual services account in the Board of Works. That, there's a lot of unspent money
Right.
in that account.
Right.
Is there some reason some of that's not on here?
Because we have reduced the budget $3.3 million for the DLGF. And those, we used a lot of the Board of Works line items because they were large and easy to reduce and move them to the edit fund.
Okay, so it wasn't available?
It was not
Can't-
available.
Can't double dip?
Yes. No, we cannot.
Okay. I yield.
Anyone else? Okay.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Crossen?
I move that we amend Special Ordinance 62, 2017, as stated.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Crossen, second by Councilman Elliott, that we amend Special Ordinance 62, 2017, as amended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion, opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, I move that we pass Special Ordinance 62, 2017, as amended.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Crossen, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve Special Ordinance 62, 2017, as amended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We're going to take a 7-minute recess, so we'll be back here at 7:10. So, thank you. Sorry about the delay. We'll go ahead and get started. Next order of business, Michelle, please.
Resolution 24, 2017, authorizing the filing of an application with the Department of Transportation for grants.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
As mentioned last week, this is just a formality. We do this every year, and this just allows the department to apply for grants, but they have to get authorization through the city council. So if there's no further questions, I'll move that Resolution 24, 2017 be approved.
Second.
Okay, we'll go ahead and first do, is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 24, 2017? Okay, council, it's been moved by Councilman Moore, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve Resolution 24, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 26, 2017, transfer of $6,700 in the city judge's budget.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
That would be me. The judge was here last week, Judge Chris Reed. He spoke to all of you. This is to transfer money left over in the health insurance to pay for 2 new copiers. And I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 26, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
there's no further discussion. I move that we approve Resolution 26, 2017, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilwoman Crossen, that we approve Resolution 26, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 27, 2017, transfer of $90,000 in the cumulative capital development fund budget.
Petitioner to speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'm Leslie Ellis, City Controller. This is to transfer money in the cumulative capital development fund from, I believe it's a note payable. Yep, we had set up a note, and then we decided just to purchase the equipment outright. So we just need to transfer the money down to purchase of equipment.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 27, 2017? Council?
President Nasser, I move to approve Resolution 27, 2017, as presented.
Second. It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilman Morris, that we approve Resolution 27, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 28, 2017, transfer of $11,255 from IT Group Health number 413030 to Mayor Group Health number 413030 for $8,945, and to Mayor Perf number 413060 for $2,310.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, City Controller Leslie Ellis, this is to transfer money in the mayor's department. I'd be happy to answer questions.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 28, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilman Morris?
move that Resolution 28, 2017 be approved.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Morris, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve Resolution 28, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 29, 2017, transfer from the Legal Department Employer Group Health number 413030 to EPD Employer Group Health number 413030 for $7,000, and from EPD Operating Supplies number 422005 for $3,000, from EPD Gasoline number 422010 for $2,000, and from EPD Vehicle Repair and Maintenance number 437030 for $1,150, to EPD Employer Group Health number 413030 for $6,150, for a total transfer of $13,150.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'm Leslie Ellis, City Controller. Resolution 29 is to transfer money from the legal department into the environmental protection department to clean up some extra expenses that they had.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 29, 2017? Council?
President Nasser, I move to approve Resolution 29, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilman Morris, that we approve Resolution 29, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 30, 2017, transfer of $17,600 in the fire department budget.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of council, Jeff Fisher, Fire Chief. As I mentioned last week, this is transferring from one budget into three other budgets: gasoline, diesel, and repair supplies. Be happy to answer any questions.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 30, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
there's no further questions. I move we pass Resolution 30, 2017 as amended.
Second?
As presented, I'm sorry.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilwoman Crossan, that we approve Resolution 30, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 31, 2017, transfer of $1,600 in the THFD Contractual Services Non-Reverting Fund budget.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of council, Jeff Fisher, Fire Chief. I believe Ms. Ellis, City Controller, spoke on this last week. She's here if you have any questions.
Yeah, she's had a long night, so thank you. Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 31, 2017? Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
there's no further questions. I move we approve Resolution 31, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve Resolution 31, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 32, 2017, transfer of $73,255 in the motor vehicle highway budget.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'm City Controller Leslie Ellis. This is in the motor vehicle highway fund, transferring funds from Series 1 into Series 2. Series 3.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 32, 2017? Please state your name and address for the record.
Donald Hyde, 1411 Poplar Street. Simple question. What are we getting for $73,000? It says motor vehicle. Are you buying cars, repairing them, renting them? Oh, it's workers. Yeah, you could have added work compensation. I wouldn't even ask the question, I think.
Council?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Aller?
if there's no further questions, I'd like to approve Resolution 32, 2017, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, seconded by Councilwoman Crossen, that we approve Resolution 32, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 33, 2017, transfer of $52,300 in the EMS budget.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of council, Jeff Fisher, Fire Chief. This is transferring just like the other one. The other one's fire. This is EMS, transferring in 3 different line items: repairs, diesel. I correct myself, that was 2 line items.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 33, 2017? Council?
President Nasser, I move to approve Resolution 33, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Crossen, that we approve Resolution 33, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 34, 2017, transfer of $1,000 in the EMS budget.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Mr. President, members of council, Jeff Fisher, Fire Chief. This is transferring $1,000 from our sick day payout into vehicle repair and maintenance.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 34, 2017? Council?
Mr. President. Go ahead.
President Nasser, I move to approve Resolution 34, 2017, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Aller, that we approve Resolution 34, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Mr.
carries.
President,
Yes.
I want to wish the council a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I can't believe I'm the first to say that tonight.
Bah humbug, I guess, huh?
You could also be
Christmas.
you could also be the first to sing it.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hook. You need the hook.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Be safe. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 35, 2017, designating an area commonly identified as 300 North Fruit Ridge, Terre Haute, Indiana, as the economic revitalization area for the purpose of a 10-year personal property tax abatement, JADCOR LLC. This is for adoption.
Petitioner speak on this, please.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the council, Bill Ola of Wilkinson Goler, legal counsel for the petitioner at JADCOR LLC. I believe you're all aware that JADCOR is a post-industrial recycler. We have 9 pelletizing lines in the plant, and we'd like to add 1 more. This is, as stated, just it's equipment, not real estate, is involved here. Their facilities at 300 North Fruit Ridge, we have about 255 employees, and we'd like to add, with this project, we'd add 4 more, 1 per shift, and run at all the shifts. So it's about a $2,119,000 expenditure that the council has been a good partner and helped us in the past with, I think, about 5 or 6 prior equipment. And this is in the recycle division, the scrap division, but the other ones have been in the bag division. So again, we'd ask your participation as a partner in this project. Back when JADCOR started 35 plus years ago, you'll recall maybe that was not the best vibrant part of town. It's the old A&P high-rise. It was abandoned, and adjacent to it was a Milwaukee Road switchyard that was just sitting there. So it's kind of a success story with the help of the council and the encouragement and the inducement that this provides. I want to keep going with that. So thank you. I'd be happy to answer any questions. The Chief Executive Officer is here, David Doty. If you had any questions, be glad to answer.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on Resolution 35, 2017? Council?
President Nasser, I move to adopt Resolution 35, 2017.
Second.
a discussion. I went and looked at the plant with Mr. Doty this week, and the place was busy. I mean, it's great that there's that many employees that are been around, and that, you know, this is going to help them keep jobs, and then to be able to add 4. So it goes back to that public comment earlier where, you know, we talked about things that the council does to improve our city, and I think, you know, keeping those jobs as well as adding more jobs is what we're meant to do. So that being said, there's been a motion by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilman Morris, that we approve Resolution 35, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you again for your involvement in our community. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 36, 2017, transfer of $7,250 in the city council budget.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
This is transferring from within your budget, the city council's budget, any unexpended funds to cover the shortage in group health insurance. There is an additional resolution transferring money from the IT to cover the remaining shortage.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on Resolution 36, 2017? Council?
Mr. President?
Councilwoman Crossen?
I move adoption or approval of Resolution 36, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Crossen, second by Councilman Garrison, that we approve Resolution 36, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 37, 2017, transfer of $5,235 from IT Employer Group Health number 413030 to City Council Employer Group Health number 413030.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
Mr. President, this is the second part of the transfer to cover the shortage in the council's Employer Group Health.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on Resolution 37, 2017? Council?
President Nasser, I move to approve Resolution 37, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Crossen, that we approve Resolution 37, 2017. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
Resolution 38, 2017, transfer of $7,450 in the city clerk's budget.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
This is to cover a shortage in the city clerk's group health insurance.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on Resolution 38, 2017? Council?
Mr. President, I move to approve Resolution 38, 2017 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison, second by Councilwoman Crossen, that we approve Resolution 38, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business, please.
The 2017 list of encumbrances. I believe I handed everyone a copy of it. Yeah.
Petitioner, speak on this.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'm Leslie Ellis, the city controller. State statute requires at the last business meeting of the year that I give you a list of any encumbrances that we have from 2017 that will be going into 2018. This year, we only have some items in the edit fund for projects that weren't completed. We have contracts or invoices on all of these, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on the list of encumbrance? However you say that word, I'm sorry. Council? Councilman Elliott?
I always struggled with this part of accounting at the college when they talked about encumbrances. You say you have contracts or?
I have to have a purchase order, a contract, or an actual invoice, which for some reason we couldn't pay, but I don't have an invoice. I actually have contracts for all of these projects.
So what's this mean to the edit fund?
So what this means is this was budgeted in 2017. We didn't get all of our invoices in yet, or the work hasn't been completed. So what this does, the money wasn't used in 17, so it's appropriated into 18.
It adds to the 18.
It does, but it wasn't spent in 17, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Leslie.
So work wasn't completed, but the funds are committed to.
Correct. By contract, they can only be spent for that.
Okay.
And if that's all, The chief took my thunder. I was waiting until the very end since I'm at the end. Merry Christmas. Have a
Merry
happy New
Christmas
Year.
to you, too.
We don't need a motion for that. And then are we going back to?
Next order of business, Michelle? Oh, sorry, Don.
No, she's not supposed to leave, is she?
No.
Wait, Leslie?
Oh,
okay.
okay.
All right.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, that's what we're.
Can we do that
okay.
before the new business, or
Yeah.
how do we do that?
We're going to do that before the
Okay, well, let me run upstairs and print that off. I've spoken with the mayor, and I'll bring it right back.
All right. We'll take a 5-minute break. All right, thank you. Next order of business?
Appropriation 28, 2017, $1,343,418.84 from wastewater utility number 0620 to wastewater utility capital improvement fund number 0610-000000391042.
Petitioner, speak on this, please.
Mr. President and council members, I'm City Controller Leslie Ellis. The paper that I have, it's a work paper that I passed out to you. I put draft on it because some of the numbers still may change, but this is where we are right now. At the very top, that's the series, what we call Series 6 section in our budget that shows all the transfers under Fund 620, which is a wastewater utility capital, or wastewater utility fund. This is where we are at the end of the year. If you look all the way to the right, we'll have about $150,000 available that I will make a payment to the county by the end of the year for $150,000. The second section are the 2018 bond payments. We've got the proposed budget, scheduled payments, variance, you can see all the way going across, and all the way over to the 19, 20, and 21, because that's when the band pays off. At the bottom, I'm just going to go through this quickly, then you can review it and let me know if you have detailed questions. The proposed band repayment is at the bottom, which is the important part. The band obligation, $58550, transfer from Fund 60, $1,966,725 for 2018. So we will need to come to you in 2018 and change the budget, and we will have bond principal payments of $1.8 million next year. Bond interest payments, approximately $166,725. And then we have it broken out for 19, 20, and 21 until the bond is retired. Actually, it's a band, retired in 21.
Is there anyone from the public that'd like to speak on appropriation 28, 2017? Council? Councilman Ellie?
Leslie, just to make sure I'm following out how this is possible, I see in the top set of lines, the second column over, the original budget, $12,647,000.
Right.
Okay. Then if I go to the second set of lines, I see a proposed budget, $10,832,000, and then an additional appropriation of $1,840,000.
Right.
And those two numbers are almost identical to the $12,647,000.
Right.
For 18.
Exactly. We thought that.
So that indicates.
It's consistent each year.
Possible.
Yes.
To
To make the payments.
$1,008,000 or thereabouts in the.
Annually.
18 years.
Right.
Okay.
Until it's paid off at the end. And the last year, the January payment would be $450,000.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Councilman Garrison?
Leslie, thanks for this. I was going to ask you if the interest payments go down. I see that they do, so that's good. I remember this being approved, but I guess I don't remember any conversations that the city had with the county. Are they expecting repayment, or were they anticipating this would all be paid off at the very end?
I think they were anticipating it to be paid off at the end. Usually with a ban, I keep wanting to say bond, with a ban, you roll a ban into a bond. It's a bond anticipation note. You anticipate getting a bond. But in this case, we're not going to get a bond. We're just going to pay it off and be done.
And so are they aware now that we're going to start making payments?
Not yet,
Oh,
but I'm going to have our attorney contact their attorney and
Okay.
find out the easiest way for us to do this with them. I don't want to mess up their system, so I want
Sure.
to make sure we work with them.
Well, one side of me is excited that we're going to start paying this down. The other side of me is curious, what are we giving up in order to make these payments? Are we going to lose any services or?
No, but in fact, I think Councilman Elliott pointed this out. The budget this year, if you look at the very top for 2017, under original budget, it's $12.647 million, and the actual payments dropped to $10,871,000 for next year, so we have some
Okay.
extra money to make payments
All
with.
right, great. Okay, I yield.
Councilwoman Crossen?
And maybe you said this and I just missed this, but does this assume what payment schedule? I mean, the 150 by the end of this year, I get.
Right.
But for next year, what?
So for next year, it would be $900,000. It's a
The
1 point.
total amount I understand, but
okay.
when will the payments be?
After we receive our June distribution, which would either be the end of June, 1st of July.
Okay, so we're just still talking about two.
Yes, one in July, one in December. Mhm.
Well, I'd still prefer to see the monthly payments, but I yield.
A lot of times we get these schedules from the administration, Leslie, about, a plan, especially when we go out. This is the 2021. Is this best case scenario or worst case scenario? Because it seems a lot of times when we have a plan, we always get excuses why we're not following the plan. So is there any reason why we might deviate from this?
Only if the revenue that we're receiving now stopped coming in for some reason. I can't foresee a reason why that would be.
Property tax caps?
That wouldn't affect user fees.
Okay.
So this is all sewage rate user fees.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve appropriation 28, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Garrison that we approve appropriation 28, 2017, second by Councilwoman Aller. Roll call vote, Michelle, please.
Councilwoman Aller.
Yes.
Councilwoman Crossen.
Yes.
Councilman DeBon.
Yes.
Councilman Elliott.
Yes.
Councilman Garrison.
Yes.
Councilman Morris.
Yes.
Councilman Nasser.
Yes.
That's 7 yes.
Motion carries. New business, Michelle, please.
General Ordinance 11, 2017, amending City Code, Chapter 6, Article 2, Police Department, Section 6-15, Police Merit Plan.
Governmental affairs.
Special Ordinance 60, 2017, vacating a portion of a north-south public alley located south of 100 Kent Avenue.
Traffic.
Special Ordinance 61, 2017, rezoning a property located at 100 through 106 Kent Avenue and a portion of the vacated alley located south of 100 Kent Avenue.
Zoning.
Special Ordinance 63, 2017, authorizing a tax anticipation warrant loan.
Finance.
Special Ordinance 64, 2017, amending City Council rules.
Governmental affairs.
Special Ordinance 65, 2017, amending City Council rules.
Governmental affairs.
Special Ordinance 66, 2017, amending City Council rules.
Governmental affairs.
Special Ordinance 67, 2017, amending Special Ordinance 41, 2017, the 2018 wastewater salary ordinance.
Finance.
Before I move to adjourn, I'd just like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, and I would also like to say Merry Christmas to everyone. And so everybody doesn't think Michelle is not leaving us, I just gave her that because I wanted her to know how much we appreciate her when we had a full house. So it's been moved by Councilwoman Aller, second by Councilman Garrison, that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Merry Christmas.